If you've been on the internet in the last 3 months, you've seen this Druski clip. It's him and this crazy Alabama fan out in public screaming about Alabama football. And since its original post date, it's gone on to rack up 15 million YouTube views, 75 million TikTok views, 40 million Instagram views, and 52 million views on Twitter.
For someone who started YouTube less than 2 years ago, these numbers are unreal, especially for only one clip. You know, this didn't happen overnight. This is a crazy story that happened behind this, and I'm here to tell it. It's late 2021. I'm just sitting in my bed, scrolling on TikTok like we all do, and I came across a legend in the making, Roll Tide Willie.
Meet Willie, a 60-year-old Alabama native who knows Tide football like nobody else. A local from a town of only 1,100 people, his longtime friend turned manager, Chad Horn, always knew his personality had the potential to take over the college football scene. They would meet at their local gas station, the Panola Dollar, and Chad would film Willie going crazy for the Tide. These simple clips of him rambling about how Bama was going to win their next game were infectious, typically ending with his signature tagline,
"Don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide."
Yeah, I live for shit like this. I mean, what's more amazing than your stereotypical Alabama man expressing his love for the Tide and Coach Saban inside a gas station with no shoes on? So I had just started my YouTube channel where I go and talk to the rowdiest football fans in the entire world. I go from stadium to stadium, state to state, city to city, college to college. Doesn't matter, I'm going. I just think being a fan of something is the coolest thing in the world, especially when you take it to the extent that Willie does. I started out going to Kansas City and talking to Chiefs fans. Then I went to Cleveland in a Steelers jersey looking like a damn fool. And then I got down with the dogs in Georgia. But the game I was looking forward to the most was the Iron Bowl. So my sister had just become a student at Alabama that fall. So I knew I would have a place to stay, and I knew I'd have a chance to run into Roll Tide Willie if I went down there, as long as he was there. And he was there. So if you know about Alabama's campus, you know there's the quad, that's where everybody tailgates at, right? So we see a lot of people. That's the place to be. We talked to maybe 2 or 3 people. Wasn't the best response, you know. We're kind of hoping Willie shows up out of nowhere. And guess we run into. Boom. So I see him, and I only knew that because we're both walking backwards and our backs touch. And I'm literally look around, and I'm like, holy shit, hold on. I'm like, yo, start filming. So he starts filming. I go and ask the question, Willie, what would you tell the team before the game if you were coaching with Coach Saban? And then in, you know, good old Roll Tide Willie fashion, he made this clip for us.
Willie, what's going on? I don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide.
Don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide. The Tide better get some butt.
If you were coaching with Coach Saban, what would you tell the team before the game?
Tell the team before the game, you gotta do your job. Let's get out there and blitz. Yeah, there's a whole lot of football left. Let's go.
So the day goes on, and you know we're talking to Alabama fans all over the place, and no one's really matching the energy that Willie has. So we decided to go home and make a little short out of it instead of making a full long video. We post it, and then I wait a day, and it got some traction. Go on Instagram, and I see that I have a follow from Roll Tide Willie, and I'm like, oh snap! And I don't even follow nobody, so like that's crazy to me. Follow me on Instagram at Mr. Football. I ended up getting a DM from the page. And I know Willie doesn't run it. It's ran by his family member, Chad Horn. He just told me it was the best content he's ever gotten, best content he's ever seen. It's going viral on his page, and that he wanted to keep working. So let's fucking work. Around this time, he was well known enough in the Alabama community, maybe like 100,000 followers, but just Alabama fans. Like it probably doesn't go anywhere past that. We were both in different lanes, but we always made it a point to, keep linking up if we were ever at the same game or the same stadium or same city. And we made it a mission to make that shit happen again next season. Now we're fast forwarding a year later. So since then, during that whole time frame, Willie became known as Alabama football's biggest fan. But more specifically for his phrase, I don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide. Shoot, man, that phrase went everywhere to the point where, Dave Portnoy, owner of Barstool Sports, is, Willie's new biggest fan. College game day comes to Tuscaloosa week 2, and I had it marked on my calendar all year. ESPN showing up, Barstool showing up, and the football channel's for sure showing up. Yeah, so me and him had actually planned to meet up that day. He told him to meet me at the Barstool College football show. I seen him kind of getting ready, and I was like, this is not the time to do this. This is Willie's biggest moment. This is Willie. I knew his life was gonna change after this, so just let him be.
Willie!
Oh, they got a seat for you.
Willie, let's hit him with your tagline right off the top here.
Don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide.
Even though I left Tuscaloosa without a clip from Willie, it made me happy knowing that he sees the biggest opportunity of his life. Until a couple months later. So Alabama comes to Atlanta to play Georgia in the SEC Championship. And I live here. So I messaged Willie, seeing if he was traveling to Atlanta for the game. he was. So I was just excited to go out and meet up with him, shotgun some beers, film something. Yeah, no, and the stadium was packed. Like, this is Alabama and Georgia. We're in Atlanta, so, you know, we're right in the middle. So everybody's there. Everybody's there. So that means I got no cell service, so I can't even get in touch with him. Yeah, so we just did as much as we could. We walked around for about 4 hours, filmed with Georgia fans, filmed with Bama fans, and, you know, none of them do what Willie does. None of them are like Willie at all. So we ultimately ended up just giving up. I told my filmer, let's just take a lap around the stadium, see what happens, and let's get on this MARTA and go home. So we took that lap around. I'm about to get on the elevator to go up to the MARTA, and to my right, I see Willie's right-hand man, Chad. I noticed that they were at the gate to get into the stadium, so I had to run as fast as I could over there, which I did, 4-3. No, I'm playing. So I finally get up to him, and I'm like, hey, we're here. And he's like, where the fuck you been at? Willie's about to walk in there with Druski. And I'm like, what? So I run over there, and then this happens.
What's the time to do?
I don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide, baby.
Don't give a piss about nothing but time.
Blitz, Bama, blitz, baby.
Blitz, Bama, blitz. I love America and I love the Tide, baby.
Yeah.
And I love Willie to death.
Yeah, right. I
Don't
love
give a piss about piss but the Tide.
The Tide go get them. Tide go take them down. 24-17.
Yeah, right. Y'all have a great one.
Like, it really happened so fast that I thought I was tripping. So I asked my filmer, Caden, I'm like, bro, that just fucking happened? I think he's just as shocked as I am, to be honest. So I call Shifty right away, who's the editor and channel manager. And I'm like, Shifty, you have no idea what we just did. I'm about to get on the MARTA. I'll be back in 30. Just be ready for this shit. Life's about to get crazy. We get on the MARTA, which felt like hours, and I made sure that that camera was not being fumbled whatsoever, not being touched, not being nothing. Ball security high, running there like a Mark Ingram, you know what I'm saying? No one's touching that shit, bro. By the time we got back, it was around 10 minutes in the first quarter, so our goal was to get this up by halftime. I run in here, Shifty's working on a video, and I'm like, bro, stop everything you're doing. Put the card on the PC, pull the clip up. We both looked at each other. We didn't have to say much, because we knew we had the most viral football clip of the year. So Shifty did his magic. We posted it before halftime. Willie sees it. He accepts the collab post. And then next thing you know, Druski's in my DM asking, hey, can I get like the raw clip of this? Duh. When that happened, when they saw it, you know, we got the Druski comment, we got the collab post. By the end of the game, it was already at 1 million views. But little did we know, this is where things got really crazy. So important detail for this clip is that Bama won. So everybody wanted to say, I don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide after. Like, my filmer's even a Georgia fan, and he wanted Bama to win, so we could make some shit shake. So when Druski posted the clip, those numbers looked unreal to look at. Like, absolutely unreal. I'm like, you know what, let's go to bed. Let's start this thing back up tomorrow and see what happens. But then I wake up at 5 a.m. to a text saying that Drake posted it.
Drake? Drake?
And then next thing you know, a couple hours later, Bleacher Report posting it. ESPN. I know Sportscenter's part of ESPN, but it's on Sportscenter. I'm just looking at this like, what? Like, did this happen? And it really felt good because for the most part, a lot of these pages that were posting it, it was their most viewed clip in a while. Or of the whole year for that fact. Throughout those next few days, we were just in complete shock at all times. We just didn't know. We were pinching ourselves. People are texting me like, yo, this is you. There's a lot of people that didn't know it was me that made the clip. In a sense, that was cool because it got that far out. So a couple of days later, Druski posts a skit and I figure out, oh, that's why he's with Willie. So he's making his redneck football fan essence video. I'm watching the skit. About halfway through, the clip's in there. And then I figure out why he needed the raw clip. I'm over here like, dude, we're in a fucking Druski skit, bro. Like, I don't think it gets better than that. That skit obviously helped Willie out tremendously. I think it literally turned his life around, putting Willie on like a global level. Everyone's making TikToks, sounds of the, I don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide, baby. And that's all we see. You can't go on TikTok without hearing that for that week. The only problem is that put a huge target on Alabama's back when they were going to play Michigan in the college football playoff. I'm thinking the clip kind of died down a little bit. It's still going good, but not what it was before, obviously. Bama loses to Michigan. I'm kind of hurt about it. But then I get a text from one of my friends of a TikTok of the whole Michigan football team clowning Alabama with the clip and the sound.
I don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide, baby.
Don't give a piss about nothing but time.
Blitz, Bama, blitz, baby.
Blitz, Bama, blitz. I love America and I love the Tide, baby.
And yeah, Bama lost. It sucks. I'm hurt about it. I'm sad about it. But what a way to start the year for the football channel. A couple days go by, and I'm just sitting in my room, and I'm being sent a Snapchat from somebody that I haven't talked to in years. I'm watching it. It's just it's just Hard Knocks playing. So I'm thinking it's just like, why are you sending me this? And then I just watch it for a little bit, and there's the clip again. It was so crazy because it's just not every day you get recognized by the top football documentary in the entire world. This was the craziest thing that's ever happened in my life, and I'm so grateful for this. I want to thank Willie. I want to thank Druski. I want to thank Chad. I want to thank Shifty. And I want to thank Caden for making this shit happen and changing our lives completely. All the people I mentioned are the stars of the clip, but obviously this isn't possible without y'all. It's just not. And I want to thank you guys for running this up, making this clip bigger than myself, the company, everything. Thank y'all so much for 150,000 subscribers. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and we'll make sure we keep delivering for y'all. It's a whole lot of football left.